Oh, wait. This is not Do You Hear Me with Uniqo Williams. This is Baller Friday. Woo! We are down in Austin, Texas, beautiful Austin, Texas. And I tell you what, it's going down. Okay, it's going down. We're out here on 6th Street. We're buying all the girls' drinks. We're doing what we do. It's Baller Friday. That's how we do things. How was your week? You had a good week? It is Baller Friday. And it looks like I will be joined by my boy Zell May today. Zell May, how you doing?
I'm blessed, highly favored, looking cute, looking down, looking sexy. Follow right. That's it.
It's Baller Friday. And you know what, man? It's been a lot going on. First and foremost, I just want to say hello, Zell May. How are you doing today?
We blessed. We blessed.
You know, I feel pretty good too. I feel pretty doggone good.
I feel
There's
better than Derek Carr this week.
Will attack that. We will discuss that. There's a lot of sports news going on. There's a lot going on. So let's get into it because we missed last week. I was sick. And I believe Zell May was on vacation doing his thing. But we're here today. We're going to bring you into the new year, and we're going to try and give you guys some New Year love because if I'm not mistaken, this Sunday is New Year, right?
True.
So let's start off with some. We got to start the year off with some good bets. We got to start, but let's talk about some stuff before we get right into it. Let's talk. Something crossed my mind today. I was thinking about 2022. We just had an award show. Make sure you go back and check out our video list of what we've done. We just did a wrestling award show. They did an amazing job. They broke it down. They told y'all what was relevant that happened this year, and also gave some insight as into what will happen next year. But we'll grow this channel. We'll do our thing. But for now, let's get into some sports. So I'm messy. So where I want to start at today, I want to talk about the banana boat. The infamous banana boat. This is Carmelo Anthony, Chris Paul, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron James out on vacation on a banana boat, looking like they're enjoying their lives. But while they're enjoying their lives, what about their wives? So, for the record, I just want to just throw these things out here. Allegedly, Carmelo had outside children on Lala. D Wade had a break baby. While with Miss Gabrielle Union. And then we got hit with the Chris Paul allegations in regards to Kim Kardashian, per Kanye West, who we have not heard from in probably a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks on social media. Pray for Kanye. We do not know where he's at, but we'll just go from there. Andrew Tate appears to feel the same way as Kanye does, that at some point somebody's going to take him out the game. But let's talk about
possibly stop allegedly human trafficking.
Fair. And allegedly. Also, it turns out. Oh, and just an update on that news. It turns out Romania said that they were looking into him for money laundering. Why is he?
Then they took it back and they said actually the guy they found to prosecute it is human trafficking. It's 4 women that came up and he got them, and this guy is some big deal. And when he go after you, you usually go to jail over there. But I don't know the situation. Even though this ain't that show, it's amazing.
He's a UFC. He's an athlete. So
you know what amazes me about that situation? It's literally weird because we didn't even know what the charge was, and everybody was saying innocent or guilty. We don't even know what the charge is.
Yeah. No.
They're like, oh, he innocent. Oh, he guilty. I'm like, bro, we don't even know what the charge is. How we know? And the world is going crazy, Joe.
And also the other thing is, like, when they bring in 2 people at the same time and both of them walk free, they was being solid with each other. So shout out to those Tate brothers for sticking in there together. Whatever it was, they got right up out of there. So We'll do that. But
They bring you in, they register you, then they go to court, and you get out in a day, and then they recommend you go for a certain day. That's how jail usually is. Unless you committed like heinous crimes, like violent crimes, you don't really stay in jail.
now some would say that being married is somewhat of a prison. And LeBron has been in his situation for a very long time. Bronny, his oldest son, is going to be a senior next year, or he is a senior right now.
He's a senior right now. He's a 4-star.
Okay.
If it's Michael
Well,
Williams senior, his senior.
well, LeBron James is the only one. Now, Chris Paul's doing a good job. Now, we call him dirty player all we want to. We can call him whatever we want to. End of the day, he didn't have any off the court issues until Kanye West brought Chris Paul into the situation. Is LeBron James, has he been 100%? Do you believe that he's 100%?
You trying to ask me, do I believe your LeBron James cheating on Savannah?
And it's okay. It's okay if you want to be on the fence about it. I'm okay with this.
Like, I don't want to just put that energy out there that a black man just cheating on his respectable wife.
I'm just saying, like,
matter of fact, let me make it better. All these people marry black women. Let's go.
We can give them that, but then there's like there's a repercussion that comes with that, because if you cheat on said black woman,
mostly with other black women. Well, it's not Melo, but he had Puerto Rican. He got him a Hispanic woman, so it still counts to his.
Melo kind of gets a diversity pass.
Yeah, so he Puerto Rican, so he went with he got a Hispanic woman, so it's still his heritage. But Dwayne Wade was with a black woman, and his ex-wife is a black woman. She crazy. So that's like how many black women
allegedly crazy. Allegedly crazy.
No, she was trying to sell Louis Vuitton at a mall. Talking about she was broke. I'm like just sell the purse that costs $100,000. It's made out of gold. You won't be broke.
It depends on what mall she was in as to where, if that was a valid thing to do. But I was just throwing that out there because I just happen to remember that Dwayne Wade had that break baby, and then it is what it is. So I was just I don't know.
I'm protecting black men right now. All these black men got all these black women in this circle that you talking about. Shout out to all them.
Yeah, and much love to Savannah, man. I bet if she could tell a tell all, it would be great. I would enjoy that. But for now, she's doing what she's supposed to do. Well, not what she's supposed to do. She's doing what she's doing.
A bunch of beautiful black kids. Look at all these black kids out here.
Bronny might have went the way that he wanted to go, and that's fine. He can do that. But I'm just saying, we just talking about the Banana Boat crew, and we going from there. I do not believe I will see a new Banana Boat crew where it's Zaire, Bronny, and then
Melo's son going to Syracuse next year. I think Bronny going to Ohio State.
That's right. So we'll see if they can recreate that, and all of their children be all-time greats like their dads are. But no pressure. Just live your life, because y'all good. Y'all set for life anyway. You ain't got to pick up no ball and do all that stuff. But let's get into it. Before we get into the spreads, let's talk about some off-field stuff. And the first highlight, or the first topic, if you will, Zelmay said it perfectly. Derek Carr got benched for Stidham.
He didn't even get benched. They told him don't come to practice.
They told him to take time away from the team.
Don't even show up. If he get hurt, you still don't want you. Just go away.
Just go home. We got an emergency quarterback in Devontae Adams. But here's this though. Now Devontae, he was like, no, the only reason I came here was for Derek Carr. So if y'all trying to get rid of him, y'all got to get rid of me. So that we got that going on. That's the thing. Devontae Adams may be ready to get up out of Lambeau. I mean, not Lambeau, but out of Las Vegas.
Did he sign a new contract? Or was that not him? Did he not sign a new contract this year?
That was not a sign and trade. That was I signed. That was not a trade. That was
so he signed.
I'm a free agent. I'm going to Las Vegas with my boy Derek Carr. That's what happened in that situation. So that being said, man, Derek Carr is not a bad quarterback. I believe he can start on a lot of teams.
He's a starter,
including the one that he's on right now. It's like He's not a bad quarterback at
He's just not
all.
great.
I
He
don't
good.
even know if I don't even know if I can say that.
No, he's
I don't
not
even know
great.
if I can
He
say that.
good. He's good. He's not great. It's a difference.
Good can get you somewhere.
It can, but if
Joe
your team,
Flacco,
yeah, it can get you. If you got a good team around you, good can get you somewhere. Fortunately,
absolutely.
fortunately, he
So,
has Devontae Adams, and that's it, and Jalen Ricard, and that running back, and
I'm sorry, Jacobs or
yeah,
whatever that boy
Jacobs,
name is.
Jalen
That boy
Ricard, Jacobs, they can play. Devontae Adams. Offensive line is terrible. Defense is ranked last. They got a
defense is
trash
worse
coach.
than last year. Actually, everything about the team is worse than last year, except for the wide receiving core, which I think would definitely have benefited from having Henry Ruggs there, but that's can't
Yo,
do nothing about that.
listen, he's good, not great. The team ain't good enough around him. He makes too many mistakes. He needs somebody to make up for it. Defense ain't good enough to make up for it. Uh, They decided they want to try to find if they can find a superstar quarterback one day through some draft or something that can change the game. He's a tier 3 quarterback, means he's good, not great. Tier 2 would
Tier
be great
three.
quarterback. It's tier 3.
Okay, so I have a list of quarterbacks that can make every throw, and I'm not afraid to call it. And one of those people is Derek Carr, and the other one, I don't know if I
Well,
want to say
Zach Wilson
surprise.
can make every throw.
I don't know if I want to say surprisingly, but I want to say uh Wentz. I think that Wentz can make every single throw. I've seen him throw a 15-yard out route on a rope several times. The dude can throw.
Zach Wilson can make every throw too. It don't,
They don't show Jets games on national TV, and then
and
like
it's a reason why, because he's terrible. It's like
no,
mindset.
and then if you watch an NFL red zone, they not switching over to Jets games that much unless it's for the other team scoring on them. So we don't get very many Zach Wilson highlights. I believe not well, no, because he tried to do that. He tried to do that NFL pre-draft drill where you do the play action and then throw it across your body. He threw an
80
interception.
yards. But he threw 80 yards, and everybody was impressed because he
He
didn't
didn't
get it
throw
at
it
all.
80 yards that time, no.
Oh,
He underthrew the hell out of it into double coverage, and it was an interception. So there's Zach Wilson for you. So I don't know. I don't know, Zelmay. Let me see here. Let's get into it. I mean, we got we'll talk about the stories surrounding these teams as we go down our list here. And let me see here now. Hold on. All right. So we have our NFL odds. This is week 17 now. Understand, back in the day, this would be the last week of the NFL season, but it's not. We have 18 weeks now. All of the teams have 17 games to play and compete in. So now we have 18 weeks. They added an extra game. Shout out to NFL. That's a whole bunch of money that they're making. So let's start. Now we already saw there was a Thursday night game, correct? Or there wasn't? There was.
yeah, Cowboys won. Beat the
Yeah,
Titans.
Cowboys won.
27-13.
Okay. So we got that. Cowboys are rolling. Which
Dak threw his first pick of the game. He got it early. He got out the way early. Then they took care of business.
isn't
He
that
always got to throw
bad
a
when you
pick.
need isn't that bad when you need to get that out the way real quick? Let me just go ahead and throw a pick real quick. And then then I'm
Yo,
gonna
the crazy thing about Dak is weird, but I put him in tier 2 because his completion percentage is ridiculous. He'd be like 29 for 32, but 2 picks. I'm like, so you incomplete 3 passes and 2 of them interceptions.
I mean if you think about it that way, that's not terrible.
Like somebody gonna catch this ball. It don't matter. Somebody catch it. One of them might
So
was
I
a
mean,
drop pick. So
he's efficient. Like, how many catches does the ground actually have in comparison to both teams
the ground get
collectively
3.
from Dak Prescott? I mean,
He get 2 a game.
so we'll give him that. So as it
They probably
stands,
drops, so because somebody catch it.
I mean, so the Eagles, I wouldn't say that they have a super duper important game, but I think that this is the game
They lose.
because next week sit them. Next week you can sit everybody. That's fine if you want to. I'm playing.
Well, if
I'm playing.
if they lose today, they got to win next week because if the Cowboys win, the Cowboys won, the Cowboys beat them twice and they've had the same record. I mean, the Cowboys get that first seed, so they have to.
And that's
Yeah,
important.
so they If they win, they can sit them. So that's what you and
I
Jalen
mean,
Hurts is out. I just want y'all to know that before we talk about
Jalen Hurts will be out this week.
most likely out. That's what they're saying. I don't know if it might change by Sunday, but right
So,
now,
so if we're going with that premise that Jalen Hurts is out, and then the backup quarterback for the Eagles, he did pretty okay last week. He hung in there against the Cowboys. So, and it was a shootout. The Saints, they're not starting Jameis Winston. Andy Dalton is good for 14 to 17 points a game. If the Eagles can
is he
get more
playing?
than 17 points, I think that they got a pretty good chance of winning.
Yeah, Minshew did okay. Shout out to championship rounds.
My man's that's what I mean, Minshew's not Gardner is not bad. He's not a bad like player, period.
He played very well against the Cowboys.
So with that being said, I think you can beat the Saints if you don't have Jameis, who's willing to throw the ball down the field, take chances. We know what Jameis does. He will throw that bitch down there. So with that being said, I'm going to go. So 5.5 points is the spread. I'm going to say that the Eagles, I'm going to say that they cover. I say that Eagles can cover. I think they can win by a touchdown or more.
I think the Saints win. I think the Saints got a chance to make the playoffs. They tied with Tampa Bay right now? What's Tampa Bay record, Joe? Can you go down real quick?
They're not 500.
Yeah, so they 7 wins? So they got a chance to tie. Let's see what they are.
Let me double
I'm
check.
trying to make sure
Sorry,
before I say that I'm pretty sure.
They're 7-8. So if Tampa Bay can beat the Panthers, wow, which I didn't realize how close that the NFC South.
Well, they all bad, so
also that is a thing.
yeah, the Saints gonna play hard. That's the only thing I want to make sure if they were close enough, they'll play hard. The Eagles do need to win this game. Minshew did play well. Minshew's pretty good, but I don't know. That loss last week might hover over them. So let me go a risk pick. Let's do a risk pick. I do the Saints. If I had a risk pick, I do the Saints.
You're going Saints can at least win or cover. Okay.
Yes,
I think the Eagles are 7 points better than the Saints at this point. Even though honestly, like we can't judge Gardner Minshew off of his Chicago Bears time. Speaking of which, Bears versus Lions. They're saying that the Lions are a 6-point favorite, and I'm going with that because I know that the Lions can score more than 6 points. It's the Bears I'm worried about.
I'm trying to
and
see.
This is a home game for the Lions as well. Maybe with the Bears being inside, that could be a better situation for them. But the Lions have a really good offense, and thus they stay in shootouts. The Bears, they might give you 14 points, they might give you 12 points. We don't know, but I think that the Lions are capable of at least 21 points. They may even score into the 30s. So I'm gonna take the Lions to not only win but also cover that spread.
Let me see. Lions versus running quarterbacks. I'm trying to see what I'm trying to figure out what we're gonna do. Lions versus.
Keep in mind that the only running quarterbacks they've had to go against for the last couple of years is Aaron Rodgers. So keep that in mind. And he's not a running quarterback. But he'd get loose on your ass though.
Russell Wilson is no longer a running quarterback either. So,
man, what a skeleton of a person. We can get into we'll talk about that. This will actually be a very interesting game.
The Lions is going to use
who you got.
The Lions is going to use a spy. Who would most likely be the spy? I'm trying to just make sure. Because
I'm not even worried about the Lions defense. I just feel like the Bears are going to beat themselves on offense. That's what they do. They call bad plays.
I think let's go with the Lions. I think it'll be a go. I think it'll be about 7 points. That's what I'm saying too. That's what I was thinking. Championship round. I think the Lions defense is trash. He's gonna run all over them.
He should run all over them. I'm not sure if he will.
7 points. I think the Lions. That's what I'm thinking.
But I mean, it's an inside game, so anything can happen. But I think the Lions are at least 7 points better than the Bears. So, but let's ride. Let's ride on to the next one. We got Broncos against the Chiefs. It's a Chiefs home game. What the fuck is going on with Russell Wilson? At this point, there's 2 games left. This is where, as an athlete, me as a former athlete, me as a whatever the fuck I am today, if I don't know I only got 2 games left, I believe the Chiefs are 12-3 right now.
Yeah.
Now Russell Wilson has not had losing seasons. This is the worst season he's ever had. I don't know how he's dealing with this, especially considering how the media has been on him. Damn, y'all just paid that man $250 million without even asking what his first name was. Y'all paid him before the new ownership got there. There's a lot of pressure on Russell Wilson because honestly, I honestly thought that we all thought that the AFC West was going to be the craziest, most competitive conference in the NFL. If you're not the AFC West, then you cannot beat. If you're not the AFC West, you can't beat them.
Joe. Listen.
They're just
the
supposed
first
to beat
coach
up
fired
on each other.
The first coach was fired was AFC West. The first quarterback that got sent home, AFC West. And by the way, Carson Wentz, we're gonna talk about him in this game, is coming back to take over because Russell Wilson took his spot after 10 extra weeks of trying. Carson Wentz said, I can't have that. I'm starting this week.
I can't. And that's a very good segue into our next game.
But we got the Chiefs though. Chiefs by 12. I think we agree with it.
Can the Broncos? First of all, we need to ask this: how many points are the Broncos? Can the Broncos put up? Because apparently at this point it's between 14 and 18.
They're probably gonna put up 22. Chiefs tend to not to play well sometimes on defense.
So are we saying
when they don't respect them?
Is this going to be okay? So I can give you that as a reason as to why the Chiefs won't cover. But
they're gonna cover because they're gonna score something.
But at the same time, I'm just kind of feeling like Pat Mahomes. I mean, he probably is taking his foot off the gas. Like he's probably like, y'all niggas is ass. But like everybody in my division. But is he still fighting for a first or second round?
Yeah,
first round bye?
He tied with Buffalo and 1 game in front of Cincinnati for the first seed.
Isn't that crazy that Cincinnati's is in that conversation? Not because they went to the Super Bowl, it's just because like the beginning of the season, they didn't look that good. And
they were winning though.
The same issues were there. Joe Burrow was getting sacked every single time.
But they were still winning. That was the important thing. They looked bad, but they won.
How does your quarterback feel from early September to January 1st? How does your quarterback feel on that day after 3 months of getting battered? Well, that's something that we got to think about. So I'm betting that Cincinnati wants to get a first round bye. I'm sure of that. It's just, man, because you got to see if you can get your quarterback into this situation and as healthy as possible. And I'm not sure if that's something that can really happen. It looks like it would just be Joe Burrow's the only prop. Josh Allen has had the worst QBR in the second half of the season since week 11 or something like that. So he's had a terrible QBR. But for the sake of this, I think that the Chiefs go ahead. I mean, if Baker Mayfield can embarrass that team like that, I think that Pat Mahomes stands to win by more than 12 points. I believe that. But it just depends on what
24, something like that.
See, I wish I had been at the practices this week. Like if I was at the Chiefs practice, I would know if they was taking it easy or they gonna just try and win it at the end, or if they like, man, we gonna smack them. That's what I don't know.
They got to try to win because they tied with Buffalo, and then you don't want to be the 3rd seed. So again with the Bengals, so the Bengals did beat you. So if you lose, you will automatically by default go to the 3rd seed because the Bengals got the win over you. So you want to try to get that 1st seed to get that bye over the Bills, who they ain't playing quite well, so you might can get a win off of.
These next couple of weeks are going to be very interesting, especially including seeding and who is actually going to get in. So, but I'm going to give it to Chiefs. Who you guys, LMA? Who you got? Are you going to let Chiefs. Them? Are the Chiefs going to win you money, or are you going to say the Broncos are going to keep it close?
I'll go to Chiefs.
Okay.
They giving the team giving too many 3-yard quarterback. type deal on that Twitter, and I'm like, no, y'all lose. Y'all trying to lie.
So
I don't get time
so
for that.
let's get into it. Let's get into it. We just brought up Carson Wentz. We got Deshaun Watson. Um, I, Carson Wentz needs to hold on to the record about him having more touchdowns than it's got to be a pride thing, bro. If I'm Carson Wentz, I need to make sure like this man has not. He started all year. I'm trying to make money at this point. If I'm Carson Wentz, I want to keep on securing the bag. And I'm like, y'all paid that man $250 million and just gave and said he could just have 200 of it or whatever the price tag was. And I didn't even play a lot of those games. No, Carson Wentz won't get paid because of that fact right there. The fact that he just cannot stay healthy.
Or the fact that he ain't really good.
But see, because the thing, Wentz can play, man. Wentz can play the game. I believe that. I really believe that he is a good thrower of the football. I believe he's accurate. I believe that he can make every throw in the game. I believe that about Carson Wentz. I watched him play with the Eagles. I watched him have almost an MVP season, until he got hurt.
Yo, ever since Nick Foles took that, Nick Foles, they built a statue of Nick Foles. That man ain't been the same. That man was an
Which,
MVP candidate, and then all of a sudden his brain just melted. He can't play football no more.
well, that remains to be seen. We'll see.
We got 4 years.
Washington is pretty close in the standings here, in regards to battling out there in the NFC East, to at least try and make the playoffs. So I mean, they got a decent record for what they are. So I mean, that just remains to be seen. If so, we got Washington is favored by 2.5. They need a touchdown to win. Touchdown to win you some money. I'm still not sure about Deshaun.
He missed too much. He missed too much time, bro. Like, you
See,
missed 2 years without throwing a football is crazy.
And shout out to the homies championship rounds. You make a good point. Deshaun Watson isn't quite like he was in Houston, but I mean, this is a very small sample size. But that rushing attack, it could keep it really close, and which is why I think that the spread is the way that it is. This spread should be this way because it could be a very, very close game because of the rushing attack. So 2.5, because somebody end up having that what I want to say 20-13 win. That is very possible in this game. I don't see it being high scoring, and it doesn't look like Vegas does either. They're saying 41. Over under is 41 points. Not a very high scoring game. I'm gonna if I had to put my money on the spread, I'm saying Washington beats the Browns by 3 points at least. I think that they can do it. But you could also hang your hat on the Browns losing by a last second field goal, and they was only up by 1. So I can see that scenario.
I'm going with the Browns. Carson Wentz ain't played since week 6. I think he will throw 2 touchdowns, but I think he'll throw 2 picks in that lead too. Because
So
people
Browns
forget
for the win. Actually,
yeah, I think the Browns defense plays very well, and if Deshaun can get a little rhythm, I'm more confident if he gets a little rhythm because that rushing attack, as championship round said, is really strong. And I don't think the Redskins defense is like crazy on that. As long as they don't force Deshaun to throw the ball a lot.
This one, I don't know. We're at Jaguars versus Texans. Jaguars are favored by 3 points. I'm not saying the jury is out on Trevor Lawrence. I think he's better than Wentz. I think he's better than a lot of quarterbacks right now. And I definitely think he's better than anybody that the Texans can throw on the field right now, which is who did the best at practice this week in regards to the Texans, and that's not saying a lot, but they have 3 wins to show for it. Jaguars need this game. They may go. They may go to the playoffs this year. That's a possibility. 9-8 record might get you in there.
Could, I doubt it. It's a lot of strong. AFC kind of a little hard.
Well, we're talking about the AFC South. The AFC South.
Yeah, they have to hope the Dolphins, the Chargers fall off.
No, we're talking about the Texans, the Jaguars, the Colts, and Tennessee Titans.
Jags are first place. That is interesting. I forgot about that. I forgot how sorry the division is.
I'm just saying, there's a Trevor Lawrence might be going to the playoffs in his second year in the league on an
I was thinking about the Patriots in the division for some reason. Yeah, Jags are first in the division.
not, I mean, the Jaguars don't have a great like team at all. Like, honestly,
They
if
fight
Trevor,
though.
but the crazy part is if Trevor Lawrence was on the Titans or if Trevor Lawrence was on the Colts, that's a team.
Trevor Lawrence been playing well lately. He have
That's a 13-4 team right there.
you see flashes of him being like what he could be. Texas been playing real good lately. They just lose all the
The
time.
Texans play hard every single game. They just don't come out with the win. But Coach Lovie Smith is down there playing them boys and making them. But if you're trying to make me go off a spread, I say this is a dangerous spread.
I go Jaguars. Why not?
Because the Texans have a lot of 1 and 2 point losses, man. So
Texans choke a lot. So let's go to
that's what I'm saying. Like, but Trevor Lawrence, what's the over under on this? 43 points. Interesting. If you're gonna do anything with this, take the over or the under on this game. I don't know.
I said
That
3.
spread
Hold up.
is
I don't know.
dangerous.
I don't know now. I saw 3. I was thinking 2.5, but it's 3.
3, yeah, they're saying field goal, bro.
Because if he kick a field goal, that means it's a wash.
Because I believe because Lovie Smith knows how to defend the scrambling quarterback, if you will. He's not a scrambler like that. He's
Oh, that's I was thinking 2.5, but it's 3, and that means it's a
it's
wash.
3.
If they kick a field goal, do I take a wash?
I say, yeah, you take a wash. Like Vegas just gets your money, and I don't think I want that. I would go for in this game. I'm doing over under. Like, do I think it's going to be 20-13 or not?
Let's do Jags. Let's just say this more than a field goal. But for some reason
I say the Jags win. I'm not sure if it's by more than a field goal because I think Lovie Smith got something defensively for that team. So we'll go from there. Call of Duty versus Falco.
He injured, ain't he?
They're saying I think that boy is hurt. He's 4-11. I say it's shut it down time. I believe the Falcons are still hungry. They're saying a touchdown.
Isn't it McSorley playing? I'm going with the Falcon. I don't McSorley. He looked terrible that week.
I'm gonna roll with you on that one too. I'm gonna go with Atlanta because they got a lot of energy around that team. And I mean, they lose, but like they are competitive. So like I would never go into a game against the Falcons and just be like, we about to whoop their ass. Cordero Patterson is back. Like they can hang in there with you. So and they got a pretty good running back staff. So I gotta say, if Murray isn't playing and you got a pocket passer back there, I think that Arizona has showed us that they do not have a great offensive line, which is why Murray runs for his life. But also the other reason he runs for his life is because he's trying to find a spot on the field that he can actually see the field. So with that being said, maybe a taller quarterback does better with Arizona's line. Maybe Murray is not showing us how good or bad that offensive line is because of his scrambling antics. So we really don't know. So I think
you're right. They did just bench Mariota.
They did bench Mariota.
So you got McSorley and a trash rookie quarterback. So
It could be a 3-point game. I think maybe the spread is maybe a little too crazy. I think like I said, the only thing that I see is Atlanta does have a mid-tier defense, so that means that they could make some plays for you. But at the same time, their rushing attack, I mean, without Mariota at this point now, but you still have, I mean, you got Cordero Patterson, and he's a walking big play ready to happen. So
just don't bet on this game. How about that?
That's actually fair. Let's not bet on this game. It's not a safe bet.
You got McSorley and some rookie quarterback that's not even that good, and you don't know what could happen. One just can get hot, and the other one can just be absolute trash, and you don't know.
What's sad is the fact that Mariota, and I'm just going back to you could go back to the Madden days, like his first year and second year in Madden with Tennessee. Like he was pretty good. And I don't want to make this strictly about Madden, but we also saw him in real life. Like he wasn't bad with a good running attack. And and a tight end he could throw to. And then he actually had a great tight end. The rookie is actually really good. Or is he in his second year now? But he's a really good he's a really good tight end. I stay away from this game, y'all. Dolphins Patriots.
Who you picked to
I
win? I
think
picked the Falcons, but I'm
Tua's
not
out
changing the
again.
vote. Yeah, he
Is
has a
Tua out
concussion.
again?
Yeah, he's concussed again.
But still, Mac Jones is good for 3-point and 6-point and 7-point victories.
But
So
Teddy Bridgewater is starting, and Teddy Bridgewater is not bad.
oh, I gotta take Teddy Bridgewater. Can you believe this losing streak the Dolphins went on? Was that 4 games in a row?
Well, when your quarterback get concussed while you up 10 points, 20-10, and then also he just throw 3 picks in a row in 7 minutes, it's kind of.
I say shut it down.
I picked the Falcons, even though I said don't bet on it.
I'm saying I'm not making a pick on that.
I make a pick
for a win, Falcons. This spread and gambling, no.
Yeah, you talking about you pick? I don't know about that.
For
Yeah, that's a tough.
to
I don't want to.
just for a straight up win, Falcons. This spread, I can't trust this one. This was crazy. This is crazy. I don't know what they're gonna do because this game could damn near be
You got 2
63
quarterbacks that's
either
not
way.
good. That one might make a play and get confidence. And
I mean, we even talking a random interception from somebody we never even heard of ever. So I don't know. But this Patriots Dolphins game, this is a tough one. I feel like Belichick can handle the backup quarterback. But at the same time, it is Teddy Bridgewater, and Teddy Bridgewater ain't just any regular. Like if he was on the Saints right now, I would take Teddy Bridgewater on the Saints right now. I would do that. I've seen him do it before.
Is Stevenson hurt?
But 2.5. I mean, Mac Jones is under pressure right now for dirty plays and being a dirty quarterback, and it's basically off of him sliding and kicking people on the balls. We got him also when he throws an interception, he goes low when people are blocking for whoever intercepted the ball. Some Alabama ass, Nick Saban ass shit. Do you take the Patriots to win in cover?
Stevenson not playing, and he might not play. Let's see what it says here. It said New England is questionable for Week 17 against the Miami Dolphins.
What's the weather like in New England this Sunday?
New England weather Sunday. Let's see. 44 degrees, which ain't bad.
Dolphins can play in that. They just had a piece of that this past weekend, and they played very well in the first half. So if it's not a windy ass, stormy ass game, and it's just like 44 degrees, we might. And I agree. I'm agreeing. I'm taking Dolphins to win this game.
I do too. Stevenson might be injured, and Stevenson was running the ball. I'd be like Patriots, but I don't trust Mac Jones. Stevenson been a dog for them Patriots this year. You riding with the fans too, championship? Let us know what you picking too, man.
I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. And I definitely want to hear some of your thoughts on Gervonta Davis before. Okay, if you can put that in here, type in here. You'd be more than welcome to join the link if you want to. But we definitely want to see how you feel about the Gervonta Garcia fight and what do you think is going to happen next. We watched a little bit of it earlier today with championship rounds. We definitely 100% check that out. Make sure y'all watch championship rounds, like and subscribe and watch that, man. He's all over anything that has to do with beating people up. So he's like the connoisseur.
Shout out to my man, championship rounds.
My Colts, somebody's Giants. They're saying they're gonna lose by. Yeah, I'm taking the Giants. Colts have nothing to lose. They have nothing to gain.
Y'all still got Allen just starting, or Matt Ryan still back?
If I'm not mistaken, Matt Ryan is benched still. I think they told his ass go home.
Giants.
I think that the Giants could beat them probably 20-13 or something.
Is Barkley healthy? Saquon healthy? He good healthy?
I don't know if he's healthy or not. I don't know that. I did not research
I have to make sure, man. Saquon Barkley. Let's see. Is he healthy? I know it's a lot of people been hurt, so I be trying to be careful because this season been weird, man. I be thinking somebody gonna win, they win, then they don't. Let me see. Similar underwent a MRI Saturday with a neck issue. I know he got hurt on the 11th, so I'm trying to see if he back healthy. Oh no. Let's see. He
I
played.
mean, they're really close right there with the Eagles. I mean, I think you want to put all your eggs in one basket these last 2 weeks for sure.
I think he's. I don't think the coach good. I think Saquon might play, so I'm gonna go with the Giants. I don't trust
I'm
Daniel
gonna
Jones
go
in his
with
own.
I'm gonna go with them to cover. I believe. I just don't believe the Colts are just a
No, you're
walking
not a real
13
indie
point.
animal, man.
I'm not a real Andy animal when it comes to these niggas at this point because like blown leads, record blown leads. Like this is crazy. So I'm off the Colts. I'm gonna talk to Uncle Jimbo this summer. We're gonna do some summer conferences on the canal, along with the lady that was driving on the canal while it was frozen. We got her out of the canal, so we're gonna go ahead and talk. We're gonna go have a summit in Indianapolis and talk about this shit. Okay, so this game may fuck around and be closer than what people think. They're saying it's a 3.5 advantage for Tampa Bay. I like that. I like that boy that played for the Panthers, the brother that came from the XFL. He can make every throw in the
He don't
game.
start
He
though.
can
Sam
move.
Darnold starting now.
Sam Darnold is starting next week.
Yeah, he's
If
starting. Sam
that's the
Darnold
case,
playing well.
and Sam Darnold does not. He's him, Wentz, and all them cats is like in the same bag with me. Like y'all can play. What happens? Do y'all get nervous and then throw dumb balls or like what do y'all
They
do?
not
I don't
them no more,
understand.
bro.
Derek Carr.
This game is for the division. If Carolina win, they basically because I don't think Tampa Bay gonna win week 18 unless they don't play. But so whoever win this game win the division to me. Unless they
Tom has to
tie
have that.
some.
Tom has to have that.
I don't trust Tom Brady this year.
I don't trust that team at all.
But if it come down to the last second, the one drive that old man good for is the last one.
He's done it 2 weeks in a row.
He's sucking the whole game. But if you give him a chance to win at the end, he gonna do it. Because he can't play nothing but 5 minutes of a game.
cussing them people out for 3 quarters and threw 3 interceptions and then you're gonna go down there and win the game. Ain't
Hey,
about a bitch.
Listen, this man literally, this how he play, Joe. Y'all championship round, tell me if I'm lying. He won't throw the ball up the field the whole game until the last 5 minutes to save his own. I promise you that what it is, Joe. Last week, that man, they said he didn't throw the ball downfield number twice, and they were picked off both times.
Well, yeah.
And then the rest of the game, he threw underneath pad, nothing past 5 yards. Then in the game, he throwing down the field. I'm like, okay, I see.
This is a home game, and Tampa Bay doesn't have to worry about the revived version of Baker Mayfield. So he's got a chance to win. So I'm going to take Tampa Bay to go ahead and cover that. But it could very well be a 17-16 game.
Panthers been hot lately, though. If it come down to the end, I'm gonna be mad because it's gonna be a.
Well, that's the beauty in gambling. It come down to the end. Whether if he hit that last shot and make that,
I'm going with the Panthers because even if based on the spread too, because I think even if the Buccaneers win, it'll be by 3, probably overtime or something.
That's where I'm at. From a science standpoint, I'm like, if Tampa Bay wins, it's by 3.
And Tom Brady lead them on the charge because he first. Yeah, the Panthers been on a winning streak. They went. Sam Darnold done finally got some mojo going.
With one wide receiver, and then he don't even want to be there. The wide receiver don't even want to be there.
Yo, he been balling.
DJ Moore?
That running game is crazy right now.
No Christian McCaffrey.
They don't need him. They got 2,000-yard rushes almost on it.
Which brings us to our next game. Is the Raiders? Did the Raiders just say fuck it? Are they going to say we losing by 10 points?
Yes, 49 win. Raiders quit.
We did. So is it on the record that the Raiders just quit? What quarterback do we have going into that game?
Josh
for the Raiders?
Stinson.
Oh, Stinson. Josh McDaniels' boy. I don't know. Could be closer.
Unless
That's his
Stinson's
boy.
better than I thought he was, I don't see how this game is.
Stidham
I call him
is a
Stinson.
Josh McDaniels pick.
Devontae Adams don't even want to beat us. So your number one receiver don't want to beat us.
He might not want to play, but I also need to catch the touchdowns and get the yards for the hoes, man. I'm sorry.
McCaffrey got it.
Unless he's married. Like if Devontae Adams is married, cool. But if he's not married and he's just a rich ass nigga in America with a big ass contract and he out here running these streets, I still got to show out at the game.
This is my thing too. They ain't got no man. Josh, his first start against the best defense in the league. Come on,
Stidham's been there. He's been in the trenches with Belichick. He's been in the trenches with
he
Tom
didn't
Brady.
Start. He was Tom Brady,
but he was in the trenches though. He was in the trenches. I believe he may have learned something from Tom Brady.
When you see that defense,
they had to see. Josh McDaniels might be one to go forward with Stidham. Keep that in mind. He might be one to go forward with him because none of Carr's coaches actually was on board with him. Gruden wasn't on board with him, but he was you got to play him until he's flamed out, and he's showing you flashes that he can still play. So they didn't have a real excuse to really sit him down. So I think they want to see I think Josh McDaniels wants to see what he's got in Stidham, and then see what he can get for Derek Carr in the offseason, possibly.
This is a horrible choice to go against. I would not go against the 49ers if you like, hey, coach, you couldn't stop me like last week, so I get some reps in.
I believe that 9 points might be too much because they still do have a very good run game. The Raiders do, and they can keep it closer than 10 points, I believe. So for the spread sake of things, I'm going to take the Raiders, but if you want a straight up one-on-one W, I say 49ers win this game. I think the Raiders surprised a lot of people.
I think they finna get dominated.
Who's starting for the Jets this week? I'm taking the Seahawks. I told you we don't go wrong with Geno, and we've lost games, but we won the spread with Geno. So I'm riding with Geno Smith.
Zach Wilson not starting, so I don't know.
They might actually the Jets might actually be better. So I don't.
Bro, that man came in against the 49 last week, and that man couldn't get a first down. The backup came in, they got a first down. The whole team just started jumping on the backup. I'm like, that team really don't like you, Zach Wilson. I have never seen
something's going on in that locker room as to where they don't really. I mean, he's young. He's really young.
That's the point. That's why I don't get why they hate you so much. Like, what are you doing?
Something's going on. Either he's just like a spoiled ass like kid from Utah, and he don't know how to really deal with other cultures and stuff. So when he gets to see that 33-year-old guy that has to pay tuition for high school for his kids and stuff, like, I don't know if he knows how to handle that. Like,
so Mike White came in, they had shirts, dog. They had shirts of like, we stand with Mike White. I'm like, what?
And then to say that the Jets are favored, is Geno not playing?
I don't know what's going on with that.
I'm taking the Seahawks. Y'all got Geno Smith fucked up.
For the Jets.
Look at that, 7-8. Seahawks looking, I mean, because their only competition is going to be the 49ers. They're not going to overtake them. But that Panthers-Tampa Bay game, I mean, the Seahawks could sneak into the playoffs based on that game. That game
they said he's going to be Chris Strelova.
And if I'm not mistaken, the Seahawks, didn't they beat Tampa Bay this year?
Oh, they said Mike White playing. Oh, that might be a little change right there. Mike White playing.
I'm taking Geno Smith.
Seahawks versus Seahawks starting quarterback. Let's see what's done there with Seahawks. I'm trying to see who's gonna play quarterback this week. Oh, so Geno is playing. Mike White is starting. Oh, that's interesting. They said Mike White healthy. Jets defense is a beast. Yeah, Mike White. Yeah, he's been hurt. This is tough. I guess I go with the Jets.
I'm going with the Seahawks to win and to cover. Zelmay, if you don't mind, can you take us in the Vikings Packers?
Let's go with Green Bay. I'm going with Green Bay, boy. I think Aaron Rodgers is, I don't know. I don't trust the Vikings. I'm sorry. The Vikings literally play the worst defense in the league. They give up the most yards. every game. Even the game they come back from 20 points down because they give up so many yards and touchdowns. The other team go to sleep. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is a front runner. If anything, he's a front runner. And I believe that teams that front run against the Vikings tend to win. So I'm gonna go with them because the only other team that you can be like front runs is the Chiefs, and the Chiefs blew the Vikings out because you don't let Patrick Mahomes get ahead of you because he's gonna try to beat you by 40. I think Aaron Rodgers is gonna do it this week. I think Watson is better. I think they got their running game together. I think they do more play action than they did earlier in the year. There's something wrong with their coaching, and he couldn't get play action going. I don't understand it. But Championship can let me know what he thinks, but I'm gonna pick the Packers. This is one of my game week. I think they're trying to get to the playoffs. They lost last week. 8-8 sounds a lot better. Aaron Rodgers can get a winning season. I think he really wants that. Jair Alexander, the defense is playing a lot better for the Vikings now. I just think it's gonna be. I don't think the Vikings can quite. Jair Alexander versus Justin Jefferson gonna be a matchup. I think whoever wins that matchup, well, I don't think necessarily wins because I think Jair going to play well. I just don't think Justin's going to kill him like that. You know what I'm saying? 118 yards, maybe one touchdown. I don't think that's enough to beat the Packers because Jair Alexander versus Justin Jefferson is going to be a fun one to watch. Circle it on the thing and look at it all day. That's going to be some beautiful football right there.
It's going to be a lot of running for sure, especially from the Packers. And it's going to be home, but it's not like a weird home game to where it's like the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field, but also at the same time, like Aaron Rodgers is on like this comeback tour, especially after that win last week. And then I'm sure he hates the Vikings, so the Vikings are in a pretty good situation.
They give
in
up the
regards
most
to
yards
playoff
in the
situation.
league, dog. They're one of the worst defenses in the league.
So we could be looking at another. What do I want to say here? Another bad or poor first half for Aaron Rodgers. Probably some crazy ass drops from his young receivers, maybe Lazarus, or he might get on a roll. But I mean, Aaron Rodgers been cooking in the second half, so
Vikings
we'll
defense
see.
is
But they need it.
absolutely atrocious. I wish somebody would tell me I was on it. That defense is trash.
The Vikings are supposed to lose. What do I gotta think with my head now because my heart says that Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. He ain't taking an L.
After
But at the
that bad
same
defense,
time, yeah. And at the
and
same time,
Watson woke up. First time they played, Watson was trash, and he could drop the touchdown the first play of the game.
and the Vikings got a hell of a wide receiver back there, and they got a running back that you just don't know what you're gonna get out of him. But man, he'll fuck around and hit you with an 80-yarder out of nowhere, and then the end of the game would be 30 rushes for 95 yards. But he got that 180-yarder on your ass. So I okay, I'm gonna sneak this a little bit. I'm going with Vikings. They may win this game.
Jair Alexander versus like I said, Justin Jefferson gonna be the key. I don't think Justin gonna kill him, but he gonna beat him. But I don't think that's enough for the Vikings to win because their defense is bad.
We are at the bottom half of this. We're at the bottom of this here. Rams with the newly recharged Baker Mayfield against the Chargers. 6-point game saying the Chargers will win. I'm taking the Rams. This is easy money.
I'm taking Chargers.
I'm taking the Rams to cover.
Baker Mayfield been playing against not good defenses, and he's been getting away with it. I think.
I'm sorry. Are you trying to tell me that the Chargers haven't been in shootouts and they just lose them?
He not finna be able to just do that to the Chargers.
The Broncos have a really good defense. Understand that. You came out with that stat that all they had to do was score more than 18 points and they would have won like the majority of games. Like they would be like 12-4 or something like that right now.
Yeah, but
if they had scored more than 18 points.
Yeah, the Rams basically just get away. The Broncos quit.
They quit last week.
They quit, dog. I'm Justin Jefferson. Baker finally going against a good quarterback. I think he'll do all right because the Chargers defense ain't crazy. But I think he do.
I'm riding with the Rams. Like it's got to at least be,
I see
or
Jackson catching the pick off Baker Mayfield.
the spread at least. I'm going with the spread at least. Like
They beat him
I
by a
think the
touchdown,
Rams can
probably 10
cover.
points.
You think the Chargers can win by 10 points? Because I don't see it.
Chargers are good. Chargers pretty good team as long as they don't get hurt and his hurt. Yeah, I remember Herbert back was hurt for the like 5 weeks in a row, and then he started playing a lot better after they bye week. People forget that he was playing well, and then against Kansas City, his back got hurt, and he was trash for like 4 weeks.
Like a some torn thing in his back of his ribs
Yeah,
or
and then
something, didn't he?
yeah, now he's playing better since after that bye week, and people sleep on it. That's why they in the playoffs basically. When they 9-6.
I'm taking the Rams to cover at least. Chargers may win, but I'm taking the Rams to cover. I'm on the Baker Mayfield train to end the rest of this. I'm sorry. To end the season, I'm rolling with the Rams to at least cover.
Championship round said Uniqo drinking the Kool-Aid.
That's all right, man. I'm with the Colts. I'm with the Colt, not the Colts. The Colt. Okay, Sunday Night Football. What the hell is going on? So this is a close ass spread, but I mean it's rival teams, and that's how they play. Steelers versus Ravens. What can we say about Lamar Jackson? And we know that Mike Tomlin, he does not go out unless he is at least 500. So this is a big game for him where they're gonna say in 2022. Mike Tomlin had a losing season, and which he's not had one of those before. So does Mike Tomlin give it all he has, or does he say, because hold on, I'm looking down here now. The Ravens need this, and they need the Bengals to probably lose, looking at their record too. And I don't know what to think. Oh my God, these next two games are really hard to call. I'm going Ravens. I say Lamar Jackson makes some shit happen if he's playing.
Let's root for Coach. Let's root for Mike Tomlin. This is me going with my heart and not wanting the black coach to have a losing season. Do not pick this off common sense. I'm just picking Mike Tomlin just because.
Because see, like I want Mike Tomlin's legacy to stay intact, but at the same time, I want Lamar Jackson to get paid. Like if Lamar Jackson was paid during this game, I would 100% vote for the Steelers and root for them the whole time because for Mike Tomlin. But there's still some up in the air stuff when it comes to Lamar Jackson, and I want him to get paid because he is carrying that team like LeBron carried many Cleveland teams.
That is true.
But I'm staying away from this game. I'm not betting on it.
I'm picking Mike Tomlin off just hope. So
okay,
that's fair. I don't know if y'all want to go off hope. Me drinking the Kool-Aid championship.
So, final game of the week. This is a pick'em. This is a pick'em. Either you fuck with Josh Allen or you fuck with the Bengals. Quick recap of the season. Joe Burrow is still getting his ass sacked every 5 seconds. But they only lost 4 games despite that. Like,
this makes Kansas City game more important.
It does.
Kansas City blowing them out.
They have to. This right here is a big game. And, people are saying, Josh Allen hasn't been playing well. But they've lost 3 games. The Bengals, they've lost 4 games. Even despite them looking suspect, they have good records.
That is. I didn't
so
know
we're going to have to tune into ESPN Deportes on Monday night to see who's good. Josh Allen versus Joe Burrow. So first and foremost, I want to say, who do I think is the more talented quarterback? I thought it was Josh Allen, but I mean, he's been playing terrible, but at the same time, his team is rallying behind him. They only lost 3 games, and 2 of them were away.
I think it's a difference in. If you're going off natural ability, Josh Allen 100%. If you're going off quarterback moxie, that thing that quarterbacks have to have, Josh
Allen has that too, though.
It ain't like it's a difference.
He just didn't get a chance against Pat Mahomes. He didn't get a chance.
it's a different. The thing I always separate Pat Mahomes because he has both. Like, he has all world talent and he has this weird moxie where he like leans to the goalpost and looks like a Superman pose, and everybody on his team like, "Dude, the most crazy." Josh Allen is like, "Oh yeah, our quarterback is very, very, very good."
I mean, you got to think about it. Josh Allen does a 3rd and 15 run on your ass, and
And ran you
that's
over
just
off pure
demoralizing.
talent. Like, he's talent. Like, Josh Allen
But
is the most talented quarterback
and
there
then
is
Diggs, let's not
overall.
forget about the Diggs factor. Like Diggs is running through walls for this man. But at the same time, the Bengals got a youngster from LSU that's just showing the hell out.
Yo,
You
Joe
can't.
Burrow smoked cigars in like a fairy jacket, my guy. Like, that's a certain moxie you got that your team, like, that dude is that dude.
That is a different swag than Josh Allen. Yes, I'll give you
Listen,
that.
like, I know people, if you never played, if you had a dude that you knew was just that dude and he just came on the field, I'm gonna give y'all an example. I'm gonna just say names from my high school team because y'all can look it up. We had two people. We had Paul Black, the most amazing, one of the most amazing talented quarterbacks there is, right? And then we had Chris Lofton. Paul Black, one of the few people that can keep up with me on the football field, probably run about a 4.48. You know what I'm saying? He can beat me, man. Paul, you can't beat me in no race. But 4.48, 40, could throw 70, 80 yards down the field, cannon of an arm, the most talented dude you ever see. I'm just saying. And then you had Chris Lofton. About a 4.58. You know what I'm saying? He lanky. He not like the most muscular dude. But he had this little moxie. Like, he led the state. He tied Stephen that record twice for interception in the state. He catch a pick, he look in your face, he tell the team jump around him. It's like a different feel. Both are amazing players on our team. But one dude was like, he the dude. And I feel like Joe Burrow is the dude, even though he's not as talented as Josh Allen. But let's not get it questioned. Josh Allen is the dude too. It ain't like it's no dude. But Joe Burrow ain't talented as Josh Allen. Let's not pretend that. Josh Allen would run over your whole defense and throw the ball 90 yards the next play. You know what I mean?
That's why it's tough to it's really tough to say. I mean, but so let's talk about Moxie. Moxie will get you that random ass completion that didn't nobody think he was going to hit. Yeah. But at the same time, you know, Josh Allen got that like there's a lane. Oh, Jamar Chase is there's no mic to that. There's no mic to that.
Let me fully explain. The dude with the moxie ain't as talented, but the team get hype around that dude. It's got the moxie.
They make plays.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, my boy, you'll get it too." I'm like, then we dance together. We go to the club at night. Like, we made that play today. Josh Allen, you ain't going to the club with Josh Allen, dog. Let's be honest.
Josh
Allen, like, you go to the farm and go to his wife
Allen,
at night.
Josh Allen only takes hit the white old lineman with him to like steakhouses and stuff. He does not hang out with the running backs.
Go to his wife and have a good life. Joe Burrow in the club with smoking cigars with Jamar Chase, and they dancing after they make a play. So you'd be like, "Yeah, we're gonna dance tonight after we make this play."
That's a different that's a different dynamic. Because if championship rounds, remember our college quarterback, I like Shane, but he was super duper like Christian, about to be a preacher guy, and it was like I rock with him because he'll throw that bitch up, so I rock with him on that. And then we had this other dude. It's like his name was like Brent Bandersmith or some shit like that. I don't know, but he was like an uptight, make his bed up every single day ass nigga. Like if we all going out, he going home. But like we all in college, so you ain't got no wife yet. He just going home, and that's what he wants to do. No like real rapport. And then he lifted weights hella a lot, so all he did was like throw the ball super hard at people. So, but like I didn't feel the love when he threw the ball. Like I didn't feel it, but the way Shane would throw it, like I had it. I rock with him. So like, who would I rather play for, Josh Allen or Joe Burrow? I'm rocking with Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow will keep me young. Josh Allen, I just feel like he might be like, "Hey man, you want to grab a bite to eat?" And then it'd be like at a burger spot. Like we might go, yeah. That was his name. Like I couldn't. That was our starting quarterback, and I was like, I don't have a chemistry with him because I can't even talk to this dude. I can't have a conversation with this man. This dude is a robot. Whereas Shane, I liked him and he would throw that bitch up, but the problem is that they wasn't trying to let my boy play. His dad wasn't the strength and conditioning coach, so my boy didn't get to play. But I think hey man, I rock with Shane to throw that bitch up. He threw it to the players. So anyway, with that being said, I man, damn. So I know the quarterback I like the most. Okay, so you on Madden. Who scrambles out the pocket better? Is it Josh Allen or is it Joe Burrow?
100% Josh Allen.
Josh Allen is the better athlete.
He's 100. That monster human being.
Who's got the better arm?
Josh Allen.
Okay. So what we're doing in this situation, because I don't want to compare Joe Burrow. What's an NBA player we can compare Joe Burrow to? And Josh Allen. Who can we compare them to?
Josh Allen be like Giannis or LeBron. And you can compare Joe Burrow to maybe a...
Who is a fun player that you rock? He's not Jimmy Butler.
Kyrie?
No, I don't want to say that.
They do KD. Young KD go to clubs, dog. I know a bunch of... I ain't gonna snitch on that, man.
That's actually a good question.
KD? Joe Burrow like Giannis and LeBron, super freakish dude.
Because they both are skilled players.
Yeah.
But Josh Allen is the more quote unquote athletic or maybe gifted, but Joe Burrow's not that far behind from a throwing standpoint.
Yeah, that's true. He ain't like
he can make the plays.
But Josh Allen's just a freak of nature that you don't compare people to. Like it's Aaron Rodgers. The freak of natures in the NFL is 3.
Who's the fun star to play with? Who's the fun NBA player that you would love to play with because he's gonna get you the ball and let you do your thing?
Devin Booker.
And then y'all have a good time. Nah, I can't, man. No.
I'm telling you, KD, bro. KD be out there.
And I'm saying from a top 5 player.
James Harden is at the strip club right now in Houston.
James Harden and Joe Burrow.
Oh, I do like the talent. I do like the Luka. Luka got that dog in him. I do like Luka.
I think Joe Burrow and Luka might be closer to each other.
I do like that championship round. Got it. But I do Allen and Giannis. Giannis a freaking nature. Josh Allen a freaking nature. But who would you choose, Luka or Giannis? Because they different. One is a freaking nature athlete, and Luka is just a dude who just.
But I feel like Josh Allen has more of a handle of it. Josh Allen has more of a handle on the game. So I would say like Josh Allen is not only a freaking nature, but he has. But I can't call him the LeBron because Patrick Mahomes is out there. He's smart and he's gifted. So like, there's your LeBron is Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes got the moxie and that talent. It just he got too much of it, and sometimes he get a little cocky.
I don't know who the Chris Paul of quarterbacks is though right now. I can't think of who that is. I guess that would be Tom Brady.
No, you get Tom Brady, the greatest football player.
I mean, no, we can't. No, first of all, Tom Brady's not the greatest player of all time. Like, athletically and gifted and all that stuff, he's won a lot. But I'm saying just based off of the leader of your team, I feel like Tom Brady is the king of the dirty plays, can play, knows the rules well, uses it to his advantage.
That man,
Chris Paul and Tom Brady might.
Tom Brady got a minute rings. It's like the Lakers, dog. What you talking about?
No, I mean I can give you that. Can you think of a because at this point Tom Brady is playing within rules and he's playing with moxie.
Tom Brady is.
I don't know. It might be. You know what?
Tom Brady is weird.
Quarterback and NBA players at this point.
You gotta go young right now. You gotta go young. You can't go old. That's why I say Chris Paul and Tom Brady be hard because Tom Brady different.
Yeah, like okay, let me throw this in here, and we're gonna get
if you had like a Hakeem or something.
Like I'm thinking, like Cam Newton would be like at this stage in his career. I think he would be like a like Pat Bev.
Who?
Patrick Beverly. I think Cam Newton would be like maybe like Pat Bev at this point.
Russell Westbrook. What you mean? Nigga, you a
I can see it. I can see it.
He do get
I can
busted off the
see it.
bench though.
Wouldn't it be a damn shame if Cam Newton came off the bench like 12, 20 plays a game just to antagonize and run over the running back real quick? I mean, the linebacker, and just kind of wear him out every now and then let the quarterback you trust to throw the ball down the field. I don't know.
Cam
But
was so
yeah,
talented.
man, this is Baller Friday. This is Friday Night Lights with Uniqo Williams, featuring Uniqo Williams. Y'all know the deal. Make sure that y'all check out all the wrestling stuff. We had the wrestling awards going on today. Make sure y'all go back and check that out. I know they ain't
And
messing with
it's
my
at the bottom of the
girlfriend.
screen. So it's at the bottom of the screen
I
who
know
we
they ain't
voted
mess.
for, just so y'all can see.
My girlfriend Bianca Belair, she better have won something with her fat booty self. And that's all. That's the only ones we care about, because the other two black girls, I think they quit. What else? What else we got? Tomorrow we got another award show around 1 or 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be just overall 99 Media Show. This is a recap of the year. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve, so we're going to go back over all that type of stuff. I'm going into the New Year's with a massage gaming chair at this point, so we're starting off this year in a great way. We got a new setup. We got a new logo. There's a lot of new things, and all we're going to do is keep on getting better from here. So from this particular show, of course we'll see you all tomorrow. We definitely gonna have some God of War Ragnarok going on tomorrow on Uniqo Williams gaming channel on Facebook, and also on Uniqo Williams UNIQO Space Williams on YouTube. We'll play some God of War, and we're gonna eat some gummies and see how that looks. Zelmay, where can they find you at, brother?
We do this every Friday. We do this. It's Baller Friday. Friday Night Lights featuring Uniqo
Baller
Williams.
Friday is our sports night.
Yeah.
So we start off the night with wrestling, a wrestling show, and in MMA, whichever one, just hand-to-hand stuff. And then after that, we go into Friday Night Lights with Uniqo Williams, where we do bets. We talk about spreads. We do all that cool stuff. You're more than welcome to join us. You already know the deal. 100% championship rounds. You my brother. 100%. You can always join any of my shows, even Uniqo Williams, when I'm just gossiping about shit, and it might be something you don't even give a damn about. But come on up whenever you want to, brother.
Yeah. We do this every Friday. We're gonna continue to do this every Friday. I usually do Monday night. I ain't did it in a while because I've been traveling, but I'm 2023. Joe, I said I gotta start saying no more. I'm saying no more, and I'm probably gonna make y'all mad because I don't care no more. I'm tired of y'all feelings. Joe called me a fence sitter because I try to consider how people feel. Like, oh, we're gonna try to think what if they feel like this and this. No, Tory Lanez did it, Joe. I heard the video.
Yeah, it's over with. So that's it. Tory Lanez did it. But I want to leave our audience with this: the people that get on our sports show and watch it later and all that type of stuff, or watch it yesterday or watch it today. Whenever you watch this, I'm gonna leave you with this, man. Whatever you're doing in life, be prepared to do it with just you. And the way Zelmay said he's gonna say no a lot more next year. My thing is this: I'm gonna tell myself yes a lot more this year. I'm not, in a situation where you want to chase something, you want to do something, you can't hurry up and wait on everybody else. You got to be able to make sure that you take your own destiny into your own hands. It's just beautiful when you got a team around you, and you know that because of anime, when we watch anime. But sometimes you do got to step up and travel to Namek and just train by yourself and do what you got to do. But you do all that to get strong enough to go help your homies on Namek. So with that being said, don't tell yourself no. Tell everybody else no. Anything else, maybe before we get out of here?
One more time, championship rounds. We do this every Friday. Remember to keep stumping. I gotta say, sometimes do what Joe say, and then the same time, sometimes if you do so much for other people and you forget to say no, you kind of try to do what you do, but you be mentally tired every time you do it. And I ain't trying to be mentally tired in 2023. So
agreed. Well, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Friday Night Lights featuring Uniqo Williams. Oh, appreciate you, championship rounds. Hope to see you on here. And one of these Fridays, we have at least 52 of them next year. So one of those, mark it down, pull up. We'll talk about these spreads as we're getting. Actually, playoff series is probably going to be pretty good. And then Super Bowl special. We got to do the Super Bowl.
Oh,
special.
Joe, we forget we did before we go. We got to pick the playoff games for the college football.
I'm not doing that. That's not this weekend, right?
It is this weekend. One of them tomorrow, and the other, both of them tomorrow.
Okay, hold on.
By the way, we can do that fast. I can tell you right now. Georgia, Michigan winning by.
I got Georgia beat Michigan, and then I'm taking Ohio State from my heart.
Ohio State playing Georgia. Michigan play TCU.
So Michigan's going to beat TCU, and I think we have Ohio
100%.
State versus Michigan for that. But I think we all know that it's probably going to be Michigan versus Georgia.
Georgia trying to get their revenge game after they got blown out last year by Georgia. It'll be interesting.
Agreed. So
Ohio State do guys, if they quarterback on, he can make something happen. But God, Georgia,
he's got to be feeling disrespected. They are putting him into the Josh Haskins, rest in peace, brother. And every other black quarterback that's come out of Ohio State, they're putting them all in the same box. Bro, I think that Stroud is a little better. He just needs to run the ball. Run the damn ball, man. Damn. Stop trying to be a pocket quarterback.
Joe, Georgia, they talked about Georgia this year. They're like, hey, we'll wait till the playoffs. I'm like, how good are they? We'll talk about them when they go to the championship.
We'll see. So those are our picks for tomorrow. So much love, y'all. Make sure y'all hit the ads, all that type of stuff, man. Peace.
Follow.
Do that. New sign, y'all.
Follow
2023.
Yeah, this gonna be